cosplay. Hello everyone, today you get my face because I am sick and I'm too tired to edit mouths onto faces. So you get the real deal. Being me, not the real thing. So the topic of this video, as you may have guessed from the title of this video, is the HUION Kamvas 22 Plus, which is a big ass graphics tablet that I've bought recently because I wanted to buy one for the longest time. I've always wanted a big ass graphics tablet because you see a lot of artists have them, and like it's like the end goal for everyone who does digital art to get like one of those massive graphics tablets and like be like and I finally did. So I'm gonna talk about it. I don't know why I keep getting closer to the camera. It doesn't make any sense. It's not like I can. First thing, it's huge. Look at this box. Like the name suggests, it's 22 inches. This is not 22 inches. So if you watched my video on how to start digital art, I said that there were a number of categories of tablets. So the HUION is a display tablet, meaning it doesn't have like a processor or a computer part to it. It's not a computer that you can just take anywhere and draw on. Kinds of tablets, there's like stuff like this, which you don't need to connect to a computer, but this is not that. The HUION is one that needs to be connected to a external computer or a processing unit of some kind to be able to use an art program. So it comes with this pen, which is amazing, and it comes with extra nibs, which, pro tip, if you didn't know, do not throw this thing away if you buy this, because I know 3 people who've thrown this away. This is not just like a stand that is annoyingly egg-shaped. This is actually where your extra nibs are. You can open it, and if you have any HUION tablet or any Wacom whatever tablet, this is where your nibs are. Do not throw this away. See, I thought tech reviews was super simple, so I didn't like script this, and I'm realizing what a mistake that was. So now that I've sufficiently buttered the tablet up, let's actually talk about some functionality. It is on its own a great tablet, but it's only going to be as useful as the way you set it up. That is with anything. So for me, I have 2 monitors. I had my original monitor that I used with my computer, and I used my tablet as my secondary monitor. I tried using it as a primary monitor for about a few weeks, like when it came, but I didn't really get to use it that much. But I tried to use it, but it's a primary monitor, but it didn't work as well as I had hoped, because when you turn on your computer, if your tablet turns on first and your monitor turns on secondly, that's not a good way to start your computer, because a lot of the functionality that Windows requires is not comfortable to do at like a 40-degree angle, which is what I use my tablet on. You can adjust the angle with the stand that comes with it, but like that's a hassle, at least in my opinion. I don't want to like constantly adjust it to monitor height and then drawing height. So I decided to just use it as my secondary monitor. It's convenient for me to use the HDMI port from my graphics card to connect to the Type-C port on the tablet and connect my monitor through a converter to the HDMI port on it. And this works perfectly. I thought there would be a little bit of lag when I used a converter to connect to the primary monitor, but no, it actually works just fine. And I can attest to this because I've been playing Elden Ring like everyone else in the world, and it works perfectly fine for the monitor, and you can switch between them. Important thing you need to know is there are 2 ways to use a graphics tablet with a computer. You can either duplicate the screen as a second monitor, or you cannot duplicate it and like you can extend it. Extending it is the recommended way that I use, because you can have your references in the top part of the monitor or like your other monitor, and you can draw on your tab. I will do a separate video if you guys want me to on how to connect the two tablets and how to set it up in the most comfortable way for you. But depending on the way you work, the way you have your monitors configured, and even if you have multiple monitors already, if your graphics card doesn't support it, there are a number of technicalities there, and I am willing to walk people through that, because I did have a lot of trouble trying to do it myself, and I asked a lot of people and I didn't find that many videos on how it's done, so I had to go to forums and look at the information there. So I might actually make a video on that if anyone wants to have a better experience of installing or like connecting two monitors to a graphics tablet or whatever setup you have. Okay, I've talked about functionality. Let's talk about drawing. So my use case with the HUION Kamvas is that I'm an artist and an animator, and I also do uni work on the tablet itself on the side, but on my computer mainly I do uni work. So the tablet also helps in that regard. The Kamvas 22 Plus is massive, like we've already established, so you can have multiple things open on it at once, and the screen real estate is enough for that to have that sort of like multiple windows on it and still not be distracting or just clutter at all. Okay, so because I'm an animator and an artist, I'm learning animation, which is one of the biggest use cases for this tablet for me. I use my primary monitor to have references, especially in animation, even more than art. In animation, I have specific references that I reference when I'm doing animation, and I use my tablet to animate, which has been the best experience, and I have improved so much since like the 1 week I've been doing this on this tablet, as opposed to my small Samsung tablet, which is also fine for the drawing animation bit, but like it helps immensely to have a reference on your other monitor, or have something you can just look up at and immediately refer and infer what you're doing on your screen, and that helps me a lot. It has been a game changer in terms of how much like improvement I'm having with animation, which is something I can attest to because I've been trying to learn proper animation for a long time, and now I actually feel like I'm making a lot of progress really fast. So I've been talking about how I've connected my tablet to a computer, like a desktop computer, which is the most like I think optimal use case for it, because it's a big tablet and you can't really move it around because it's 22 inches. You're not going to be able to lug around that huge box everywhere you go. So it's more like, I think in my opinion, perfect to use as a stationary workstation, part of your workstation or your like main thing. But if you do want to use it with your laptop, you can also do that. It's a little bit different in terms of functionality. Like if your laptop like this one has a Type-C port and an HDMI port, you could do it either way. So it is less cables if you use the Type-C port, because the tablet comes with the Type-C to Type-C cable, which you can just use your tablet's Type-C cable and connect it to your laptop's Type-C port, and you can just use it the same way. The functionality doesn't change at all, depending on what sort of like whatever you connect it to, it'll work the same as long as you do it correctly. It is very much like a good investment to make if you're an artist, and it's unlike getting a screenless tablet. There is no usage curve to this. If you know how to use Photoshop or Clip Studio, which is what I use, you don't really have to learn how to use it, because it's just a screen that you draw on. You can draw on it as if you would draw on paper. So you can also get this for other reasons, which came as a surprise for me trying to do a little bit of research for this video. A lot of people use this sort of tablet for photo editing, which is not surprising, but some people surprisingly use this for video editing. Apparently people find it very easy to draw like the parts where they have to rotoscope out and stuff with this kind of tablet, and I see completely why. And even if you're not an animator or an artist and you're a video editor, yeah, you could definitely have a good use for this tablet. It is quite expensive, so I wouldn't recommend this tablet as a first tablet. Like, if you're just getting into digital art and you know nothing about any software, if you know nothing about any other device, or you don't have any prior experience of it that is your own, then this is not a great thing for you, because the Kamvas line is very much not a hobbyist product. Right, like after the 20-inch tablet, the tablets are intended to use like in a professional environment or an enthusiast environment, sort of. So if you're just like an artist who's just starting, don't like directly go into this. I always recommend that people get a screenless tablet first, because that's what I've been recommended by people who know about art and who I've talked to. And if you are someone who's already kind of into art and who's already used tablets, like screenless ones, maybe even from HUION, then yeah, if you are looking for a screen tablet, like a display tablet, yeah, it's a great choice. Like if you are someone who just works from their house, which is common these days, and you need a graphics tablet that is reliable and does exactly what it's supposed to, and not as expensive as some of the higher end Vacoms, that doesn't make any compromises really, in my opinion. It is a brilliant tablet to get, but maybe not as a first tablet. This video was not planned at all before I got this, because I didn't expect to get it at all, and I don't show my face on videos almost ever. I'm recording this the next day, by the way, that's why I look a little bit less sick. I decided to just do a recording with my face on it because I've been meaning to do that, and I just don't like cameras. I didn't have like a faceless YouTuber thing at all. I just don't like cameras, so I'm getting used to that, as well as the being sick thing gave me a good opportunity to actually use my face instead of trying to edit like hours of footage, which is just kind of tedious. So you may see an amalgamation of my face and my avatar and my YouTube model that I'm perfecting slowly in the future. So I hope you stick around for all of that, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon. Bye. I don't have a thing yet, so like, because the running guy doesn't work.